Homo economicus, or economic actor, is the character of humans in several economic theories as humans who pursue wealth for their own interests. Economic actors are depicted as humans who avoid unnecessary work by using rational judgment. This theory has the premise of the assumption that all humans behave in this way. The term originates in the 19th century when John Stuart Mill first proposed the definition of Homo economicus. He defines economic actors as the people who do work to make ends meet, comfort and luxury with minimum.
Human economic activity continues to experience rapid development along with advance in knowledge and technology. In advance, it crosses borders between countries as we know it as international business. International business cannot be carried out fairly without the legal instruments that we know as international trade law. What is international business? International business refers to the trade of goods, services, technology, capital, and/or knowledge across national borders and at a global and/or transnational scale. It involves cross-border transaction of goods and services between two or more countries. Transaction of economic resources include capital, skills, and people for the purpose of the international production of physical goods and services such as finance, banking, insurance, and construction. International business is also known as globalization. To conduct business overseas, multinational companies need to bridge separate national markets into one global marketplace. There are two macro-scale factors that underline the trend of greater globalization. The first consists of eliminating barriers to make cross-border trade easier. Example, free flow of goods and services. Capital, referred to as a free trade. The second is technological change, particularly development in communication, information processing, and transportation technologies.
Xiaomi,
Fans,
kalau barang sih laptop Asus.
bisa kita lihat ini adalah motor Honda. Motor Honda ini pabrikan Jepang. Ini motor yang sering saya pakai.
Ya, kalau dari brand yang sering saya pakai itu Vans. Ini sepeda saya nih pakai sepeda Scott yang mana dari Paris.
Why international business? Participation in international business allows countries to take advantage of specialized expertise and abundant factors of production to deliver goods and services into the international marketplace. This has the benefit of increasing the variety of goods and services available in the marketplace. The concept of comparative advantage means that a nation has an advantage over other nations in terms of access to affordable land, resources, labor, and capital. In other words, a country will export those products or services that utilize abundant factors of production. Further, companies with sufficient capital may seek another country that is abundant in land or labor. Or companies may seek to invest internationally when their home market becomes saturated. International business also increased competition in domestic market and introduced new opportunities to foreign markets. Global competition encourages companies to become more innovative and efficient in their use of resources. For consumers, international business introduces them to a variety of goods and services. For many, it enhances their standard of living and increased their exposure to new ideas, devices, products, service, and technologies.
Ya murah sih, dan kalau produknya bisa bersaing dengan produk yang lain.
Lebih suka pakai fans sih, emang pertama kelihatannya cakep, lega, keren, dan juga banyak yang diminati. Terus jam, smile. Di Indonesia belum ada smile karena ini impor dari luar negeri langsung. Jadi Turki karena juga pasti keren lah, lebih canggih, elegan.
Kenapa ya? Karena murah aja, gampang juga ditemui sih.
Karena fans itu elegan dan juga menarik sih, dan juga tahan lama ya. Kalau sepatu fans itu tahan lama dan juga dia menarik. Itu yang saya suka dari produk brand dari fans. Kenapa sepeda ini? Karena sepeda ini bagus, kualitasnya ya mencukupi lah, dan harga juga murah.
What was the impact of international business? The prevalence of international business has increased significantly during the last part of the 20th century, thanks to the liberalization of trade, investment, and development of technology. Some of the significant elements that have advanced international business include the formation of the World Trade Organization in 1995, the conception of electronic funds transfers, the introduction of the euro to the European Union, technological innovation that facilitates global communication and transportation, and the last, the dissolution of number of communist markets, thus opening up many economies to private business.
Today, global competition affects nearly every company regardless of size. Many short supplies from foreign countries and still more compete against product or service that original abroad. International business remains a broad concept that encompasses the small companies that may only export or import with one other country, as well as the large globe with free agreed operation and strategic areas around the globe.
Ya karena bisa masuk pasar nasional, Cina juga melakukan penetrasi pasar sih, dengan mampu juga menguasai karena harga jual juga dapat ditekan.
Untuk masalah ekspor dan impor sih ya pasti jelas urusan pemerintah. Kita cuma bisa pakai doang dan menggunakan secukupnya.
Kalau misalkan masuk ke pasar nasionalnya ya karena peminatnya di Indonesia banyak, walaupun itu produk dari Tiongkok.
Dan kenapa sih Honda ini bisa masuk Indonesia? Karena peminat sepeda motor ini banyak nih dari Indonesia, dan kemudian investor Jepang itu datang ke Indonesia, kemudian membuat pabrik di Indonesia, sehingga pabrikan Honda menyebar luas di seluruh Indonesia.
Kalau untuk dia masuknya sendiri ke Indonesia, gue kurang tahu, tanya saja pemerintah langsung. Mungkin masuk ini dari impor karena banyak NTB-NTB yang di Indonesia dia pakai sepeda ini untuk menaiki gunung-gunung dan sebagainya. Gitu.
International trade law. International commercial law can be defined as the study of the rules applying the operators and operation in international trade. The Lex Mercatoria, a long-formed international trade relation between traders, it was a set unwritten rules based on custom and usage. This include loyalty in the conclusion and the execution of the contract, the right of defense, the role of the word given, and after the First World War, the rapid expansion of international trade relieved the need for a set of common standards and rules. It was from this date and the foundation of modern free trade order were laid. International commercial law is the tool enabling the various economic actors to be established. International commercial relations framework law. International trade law is a complex matter which involves several branches of law, like commercial law, business law, company law, and international family law, and draw on the multiple sources like national law, international convention, and lex mercatoria. It is necessary to make a distinction between, on the one hand, private international trade law, which is a branch of private international law, which governs trade relations between the private parties, and on the other hand, international trade law, which is a branch of public international law, which governs trade relations between states.
Sources of international commercial law, international custom, good practice and persistence of certain actions which have grown under the auspices of the belief that these actions are under international law, international treaties. International treaties and written agreements are increasingly replacing customary law as the laws used to regulate trade between countries. In the absence of any other form of international legislation or international regulations, written agreements become a means of articulation in the making and regulating of economic, social, cultural, and administrative matters. Decisions of international courts in an increasingly complex economic development, the presence of international courts is a crucial actor capable of responding to social needs that continue to develop.
World Trade Organization. In brief, the World Trade Organization, or WTO, is the only international organization dealing with the global rules of trade. Its main function is to ensure that trade flows as smoothly, predictably, and freely as possible. Global rules of trade provide assurance and stability. Consumers and producers know they can enjoy secure supplies and greater choice of the finished product, component, raw material, and services they use. Producers and exporters know the foreign markets will remain open to them. This leads to a more prosperous, peaceful, and accountable economic world. Decisions in the WTO are typically taken by consensus among all members, and they are ratified by members' parliaments. Trade frictions are channeled into the WTO's dispute settlement process, where the focus is on interpreting agreement and commitment and how to ensure that members' trade policies conform with them.
Trade varies through negotiation among member governments. The World Trade Organization system also breaks down other varies between peoples and trading economies. At the heart of the system, known as the multilateral trading system, are the World Trade Organization's agreement, negotiated and signed by a large majority of the world's trading economies and ratified in their parliaments. These agreements are the legal foundation for global trade. Essentially, they are the trust guaranteeing World Trade Organization members for trade rights. They also bind government to keep their trade policies transparent and predictable, which is to everybody's benefit. The agreements provide a stable and transparent framework to help producers of goods and services, exporters and importers conduct their business. The goal is to improve the welfare of the people of the World Trade Organization members.
International trade, what is called international business law, is needed. Why? Because international business law itself is made to maintain stability in implementation of an international trade.
International business law is an instrument intended for international business in conducting trade on international scale. Therefore, law in international business is necessary to maintain the balance of transactions.
It shall be noted that development in international trade can change over time. This is due to the development of human civilization that is increasingly developing and moving forward.
Maybe that's all about what